Hi FlossTube, it's Buckle Stitch here. I'm back for another update. I haven't updated for maybe it's about 6 weeks or so now, something like that. It feels like a long time. I was going to try and do sort of vlog style videos instead, but I haven't managed to kind of record any little bits of my progress since my last video until now, so I wanted to get back into the habit of doing them, so I thought I'd do a normal update video. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that, sorry, just distracted by something out the window. You'll have seen that I have been away on holiday. I have been to Vancouver, which is where my brother-in-law lives with his girlfriend. So we stayed with them. So we went there on the 1st of August. And then we had a little trip over the border to Seattle for a few days in between, and then back to Vancouver, and then we came home on the 13th of August. So yeah, we had a really, really lovely time. I have been to Vancouver before, but didn't really spend very long there because it was part of like a tour of some places on that side of Canada, and then we went on an Alaskan cruise as well. That was what I did for our honeymoon. But yeah, so we got to spend longer in Vancouver, and you know, my husband hasn't seen his brother for about a year, so it was nice for them two to catch up and kind of take things at a slightly more leisurely pace, which was good. Although we did do loads of stuff. You know, we did lots of walking, and my Fitbit was like regularly at 20,000 steps per day, so it wasn't exactly a lazy holiday, but it was nice to kind of not rush here, there and everywhere. Yeah, so I did manage to do some stitching actually while I was away, more than I thought I would. Managed to do a bit on the plane on the way there, and there was a few days towards the end of the holiday that I got some stitching in, so yeah, that was an added bonus. I'm also going to attach at the end of this video just about 3 minutes worth of little videos that I took during my trip away, if anyone's interested. Just little snippets of things that I saw and did whilst I was away. So yeah, I will get on to showing you what I've worked on since I last did a video. I mean, I might have missed some things out. I can't be bothered to look through my previous video. I did have a quick check through Instagram of what I've worked on since, but I can't remember where I got up to on certain things, so I will show you what they're like now. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you is what I've been working on most recently. I haven't done any stitching yet today, I've just done some house jobs and stuff, but I'll probably continue with this once I finish filming. So this is Canada by Stitch Rovia. Whoops. And I started this at the Milton Keynes retreat in October last year. So I have actually done quite a bit since then. I might take it off the frame in a minute to let you look at the whole thing. I didn't actually take this one away with me, which I should have done really, shouldn't I? But it was too big, and I didn't really fancy taking. I think this is an 11 by 11 frame, I think, and I couldn't really fit this in my bag, so I didn't take this one with me. So this week, I did this before I went. I'd had quite a long gap actually. You might have seen probably this before, I think. And then I'd stitched this before I went. I started this before I went and finished it earlier this week. And then I stitched this yesterday. So I'm really loving how this looks. This is the CN Tower in Toronto. And then this here will be a little fishing boat that I've just started, so I'll carry on with that when I finish filming. So I'll take it off and you can have a look at the whole thing. Okay, so that is how much I have done so far. So you can kind of tell already, if you're not familiar with this pattern, the whole design ends up looking like in the shape of a maple leaf. So you can see I've got the top point, and I've got these two sort of points done. This will go out sort of over here, and then the same that side, and then there's a big bit that I'm yet to tackle that goes underneath here, so it says Canada in big red letters. You might have seen Pam Reed has stitched 2 of these, so you might see that what it's supposed to look like if you follow her on Instagram. So I'm really pleased with how this is looking so far. It's not actually stitched on white, even though it looks like it is. It's called, I think it's Primrose, and it's 18 count Ada, and it's very pale light blues and greens. It's got a bit of fluff on it. So there we go. So the end of October, that will be a year anniversary of me starting this. I don't think I'll finish it by then, but maybe by the October after, let's hope. So that's that one. Okay, so that's what I've been working on most recently. Okay, this was a project I worked on quite a lot when I was away, and again I'll have to take it off the frame to show you. So this is a Silver Creek samplers design called Dare to Fly, I think. Doesn't actually say it on the front. I really liked the quote. I really liked the bird with the cage in the background. This bird cage here reminds me of the centerpieces I had for my wedding, even though they were white, but the design looks pretty similar. So yeah, I quite like that. And it's stitched mostly in Weeks Dye Works. So I'll show you where I've got to. I'll take this one off the frame as well. Probably should have taken it off the frame anyway. Stop it getting too squashed. Not sure how this has happened. Bear with me 2 seconds. Scissors to the rescue. There we go. Okay, so that is where I am up to so far. So I actually got done, so while I was away, I'd already done all the letters and the little bird here. While I was away, I'd already done most of this bird, but I finished filling in some of the wing. I haven't actually done the colour that's here yet. So while I was away, I filled in this wing, and then I did all of the cage. I had to frog a bit of the cage as well, which was really annoying. You'll see a video of this at the end, of a little clip where I was on the train back from Seattle to Vancouver, and you'll kind of see where I got up to at that stage. I think I was kind of maybe down here somewhere then. So yeah, I was really pleased I got that done while I was away. And that black, it's not black, it's a Weeks Dye Works one. Can't remember what it's called, but it is variegated slightly, and it does look slightly grey in places, but you don't think you can really tell from afar. Maybe you can. We can in places actually. It looks slightly grey. Yeah, I can't remember what the colour is called. But if you're interested, then you can always ask me and I will find out for you. I'm just being lazy and not looking at the pattern. And it's being stitched. This is a piece of fabric from a Pole Stitches selection pack, I think it was. Not sure of the name of it, but it was in a Pole Stitches selection pack where I ordered sort of 3 random fabrics in a pack. It's an even weave and it's sparkly. So that's that one. I'm going to just tidy up while I'm filming. I can't be bothered to pause it and mess around. Okay, so that's that one. I'll put that away with it as well. Okay, yeah, so this is one you will have seen many times before. And I should keep going with this one because it's not too far away from being finished really. And this is a Country Cottage Needleworks one called La Boutique. So I'm really enjoying the colours of this one, and a really pretty fabric as well. I think this was a Sparklies one. I think I bought this. Was it a Sew It All? Might be a Sew It All actually, but it's like an ivory, sparkly ivory colour. Maybe even cream actually. So yeah, it's very close to being finished. All that's left really is there's a chandelier that goes in here. You can see parts of it, but there's gold krennic that needs to be put in there. And I need to finish the roof. So all of, I think there might be a little bit of gold somewhere needed in here. Oh yeah, it's the dog's collar. There's a stitch there that I need to put gold in. So I think last time I worked on this, I'd finished all of the brickwork and the plant on this side, and then I'd finished some of the windows and the background up here. So I should try and keep going with this for a finish. Oh, and I think I did all the grass at the bottom as well. So yeah, and that's been stitched in mostly anchor threads. I was a bit worried at first about the two shades of blue in the awning of the shop. I think they look very, very similar. When they're on their bobbin, you can't hardly notice a difference, but actually quite pleased with the, you can see, you know, the folds in between the fabric on here. Really, really subtly, but still noticeable. So yeah, pleased with that one. For my Mary Poppins needle minder was quite good. She looks like the lady down there, I think. Okay, that's that one. What next? Okay, this is one I haven't shown for a long, long time. So any new subscribers or like recent subscribers that haven't watched my videos from the start you might not even remember anyway, even if you have watched from the start. But this is a Jonah Elliott mermaid from a Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. And I just had the urge to kind of stitch on it. So it has been in hibernation for quite a while, and a few weeks before I went away I had the urge to stitch on it. So that is what it looks like so far. The last time I would have shown this, I'd only got up to, this is hard to do, I'd only got up to about where that seahorse is. And so I've finished the rest of the tail, and I've finished all the purple bit of the tail as well. I think I've actually done some of the seaweed at the bottom too. So the fabric is from a Sparklies grab bag a long time ago. I like how moody it is. So yeah, need to keep going with that. Again, that's not a million miles away from being finished, but there's lots of beads that need to go on here, and that's been stitched in anchor threads that it gives you the list for in the magazine. I think, in case you're not sure what it's going to look like when it's finished, that's what it will look like. So I've actually got quite a bit to do still, but we shall get there. And this one kind of brings me on to the next one I'm going to talk about. So I've got a new start planned, and I've always sort of admired Mirabilia's, Nora Corbett's, never kind of stitched one, just because I thought, oh, it would take me too long, not sure if I really like beading much. And there are some that I like more than others. I think I was always leaning towards a Nora Corbett because they're smaller, more chance of me finishing it at some point in my lifetime. So I was having a little search, and I decided to buy one, and I went for Oh, where's the photo? Went for Andromeda. So I really liked all the colours in the rock that she's sitting on, so some greens and purples in there. So I decided on this one, and after some discussion with some stitchy friends, I decided on this fabric, which I think was called Bewitched, and I got it from Pole Stitches, and it arrived while I was away. It is a 32 count Lugana. So yeah, that's showing up pretty well, I think. So I think that will look pretty good on here. But I'm not going to start it just yet. I've got I think I've got most of the threads I need, I think. Oh, I've got a list here. There might be a few more I need. But yeah, I've got most of what I need. I think I'll start it at some point and then just buy the threads as I realise I need them. So yeah, pleased with that. That's the first time in a while I've actually specifically ordered a hand-dyed fabric. What I've got used to doing, maybe in the past year or so, past couple of years, is kind of choosing a pattern and then picking a piece of fabric out of my stash. So just kind of using up what I've already got and making things fit, which has worked, to be honest, but I didn't have anything really suitable for her. So that is what I bought, and I'm really loving it. Okay, and it's in my very lovely bag from Floss Candy that I bought a little while ago. So projects that are going to take me a while, keep in this lovely bag. And there's one more project that I have, a new start that I have started this last week, and lots of you will know, or some of you will know, that I am a fan of Emma Congdon and Stitch Rovia. And I think I probably showed this in a magazine before actually, but this is Strike a Balance by Stitch Rovia. And I love the colours, I love the whale, I love just the sort of, you can get into certain chunks of colour. Yeah, loving this. So when I was in Canada, I ventured into a Michael's and I bought all the threads that I needed to start this. So somebody on Instagram, I think, oh, I'm going to forget their name, but I only thought of doing that while I was there and I didn't have the thread numbers with me. I think, oh, I can't remember their name, but there is somebody else that's stitching this. So if you were to look for it, you'll find the person who it is. I think it's Kay Menzies. I got that wrong. Yeah, so I cheekily messaged them and said, you don't happen to have the list of colours, do you? And she replied sort of instantly and gave me the list of colours. So I took that with me into Michael's and I bought all the threads that I needed. So they worked out, I think, 43p after I converted the money. So about 43p each. So a bit cheaper than we can get them here, but nothing to shout about really. I've got a little video at the end of this with all my little holiday clips of me in Michael's. I wasn't overly impressed, to be honest. It was a bit, maybe because I went to an inner city one rather than like a big out of town one. But it was quite small and it was just like hobbycraft really. It wasn't anything special, I'm afraid. Not in cross stitch department anyway. So this is where I have got to, and this is some of the sort of lines between the sun's rays. So if I'll show you, You might be able to kind of tell. Maybe. So like the mountain, I think it's the mountain. Yeah, it's the black of the mountain there. And some of the lines between the orange and the yellow of the sun's ray. So that is as far as I have got. And I'm doing it on a plain white piece of Ada because it is pretty much a full coverage apart from the gap in the middle. So just went for white Ada. Yeah, there's no need for any fractionals, I don't think, or anything like that. So I just went for 14 count Ada. There we go. So that is everything I have stitched on since you last saw an update from me. I haven't actually, apart from, I've got a couple of things in the way of haul, but not that much really. I haven't bought too much. So I got those threads. I signed up to Lakeside Needlecraft bi-monthly fabric club. So I received a piece of that, which is the same I noticed in Busy Lizzie Stitches. That's either her YouTube name or Instagram name. I think it's the YouTube name, but she's got the same piece as well. I watched her video yesterday. Yeah, so it's called Mystical Marble, and it's a printed fabric like the Surrey. It's very much like the Surrey Tool ones because it's white on the back, and very nice pale pinks and purples, and it's 32 count even weave. That's what I went for. So that will come in handy for something, I've no doubt. And the last thing to show you that I have acquired since last talking to you is a new chart. So I started following Plum Street Samplers on Facebook. No, I didn't. I started following Peakside Needleworks on Facebook. I think really after hearing Adele or Smurfette Stitches talking about them, because she loves her charts. And so I started, or she loves all the things that, she loves all the sort of, what am I trying to say? Lots of the designers she likes are carried by Peakside Needleworks. That's what I'm trying to say. And she loves a Plum Street sampler. So I saw that Peakside were showing new ones that were going to become available soon, and I purchased this one. So this is called Merfolk's Eden, and it was these that got me. Little narwhals. It's not going to focus, but you can see them. Love them. Love the mermaids. And merman. Just realised one of them's a merman. Check that out, Claire. I've got a merman. You've got a merman. Who doesn't love a merman? Yeah, so don't know when I'll start that. Uses lots of classic colourworks and weak style works, but I will start it at some point. I need to find a fabric, a good fabric for it as well. Neutral of some sort. I think it's stitched on a 36 count, which I don't think I've got any of. So yeah, I'll have to investigate that one a little bit more. Okay, so that's all my stitching done. I just wanted to say, I don't know if Stitching Donna watches my videos. I think she might do. Just want to say I'm really loving the cross stitch Celtic League challenge that's been happening all the way through August. If you don't know what that is, then it's a challenge that is part of, I think it's the Scottish Stitching Retreat group. Although I don't go, or I haven't got any plans of going to a Scottish Stitching Retreat, I kind of join in on some of their challenges because lots of the sort of stitchy friends I talk to sometimes go or join in with the challenges. And it basically just asks you to count how many stitches you do each day, post a starting picture, post a finishing picture, and then at the end of every day your totals get added up, and some days you get bonus points, and then you go into a league if you like, and then there's winners and so on and so forth. But I'm nowhere near the top. There's some days where I haven't been able to do it, like, you know, when I've been on holiday and whatnot. So yeah, I'm nowhere near the top. I'm probably quite near the bottom. I don't think I'm last, but it's just fun, and I've really got into counting my stitches. I find that I have, so say if I've got a day where I'm not doing anything, I can say to myself, right, I'm going to aim to do 500 stitches today. I can't seem to do much more than that in a day, even if I've got a day where I'm not doing anything. Just because after I've done maybe sort of 100 or 150, I like to get up, just go do something else for a short while, usually a house job. I don't know, do some washing or cleaning of some sort. Not that, I don't think it's because I feel I have to, although I do sometimes, but it's just that sometimes I feel like I need to sort of walk about and just have a break. I've become not very good at just totally relaxing over the past few years, I would say. Yeah, I always feel like I need to be up and doing something. But yeah, so I've got into the habit of really enjoying counting them, and I've used a little clicker. I'll show you. So one of these things. So, whoops. Yeah, so I think it can go around your finger. I don't wear it around my finger. But yeah, so I don't do it after every cross. I kind of do it, I'll do a chunk. You know, I'll get up to a certain line or go to a certain part of something else I've stitched and then just tap it in. And it remembers it. I mean, if you leave it a whole day, it remembers it. You just got to press the button and it comes back up with where you last got to. So I think this was about £4 on Amazon. And I know that when I go back to work in September, if I can get 100 done in an evening, I feel pretty happy about that. So I haven't done any stitching today. It's now 8:30. So I reckon I could probably get about 200. And if I set myself that little goal based on how much time I've got left before I go to bed, and then it kind of, yeah, gives me something to aim for. So I reckon about 200 maybe I could get in. 150 to 200 maybe. So yeah, so I've really got into doing that. So I think I'll miss that challenge when it's finished. Might still count my stitches anyway. We'll see. Okay, so I will stop waffling. Thank you to all my subscribers that are still subscribed to me, even though I haven't uploaded a video for a while. I hope everybody is enjoying the cooler weather in the UK. It's calmed down just a bit. Still quite warm. I'm looking forward to getting back into wearing hoodies and stuff like that now, rather than sweating all the time. But yeah, it's better than it was. So I hope everybody has a good stitching week to come, and no doubt I'll be back with another update in a few weeks' time. So see you later. Hello, I'm in Michael's having a wander looking for the cross stitch stuff, if there is any. Jack's disowned me because he's embarrassed by me. We might see him in a minute. Oh, might have to stop. I've lost Jack. Right, I found some wool. Oh, here's Jack. He will walk away from me, I think. Not much here though. So we've got all the threads here.
We are headed up 520 feet to the observation deck. Went up at a very smooth 10 miles per hour or 16 kilometers, I believe. Looking at the north side of Seattle. Today is our 6th day. We've opened up our restaurant level after our many renovations. We've added glass rotating floors, and you guys are welcome to check those out. You can walk on them, dance on them, anything you like. There'll be 2 floors below where I drop you off. There'll be a set of stairs to your right. Okay, this is the pit stop I was talking about. Nobody exit here. And 3, 2, 1. Have a great time, guys.